Call Jersey Central with Bert Barron now at 732-545-9282 or toll free at 888-545-9282. Your state, your home, your voice. Jersey Central with Bert Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It is 7:08. Welcome to hour number 2 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. Good to have you with us here today. We are inside the Forge Jeweler Studios this morning. 732-545-9282 is our number. Toll free, 888-545-9282. We'll have our contest a little bit later on in this hour. Chance to win a voucher for tickets to see Jersey Boys on Broadway, which will be closing coming up in the middle of January. Final chance to win is coming up, all right? So let's get to the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline. I want to welcome in my special guest who is here. A guest on the show a couple of years ago when she was attending high school here in New Brunswick, or in North Brunswick. And she now is working with the Hoboken Volunteer Ambulance Corps. And you can imagine the day that she had yesterday, and she's joining us this morning just to kind of share some of her experiences and her observations. So I want to welcome Nicole Fosko back to WCTC. Nicole, good morning. It's Bert Barron. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Good. It's good to talk to you. And the last time you were here, you were a high school student, and we were doing something. You were involved in some sort of national competition, and we had you and your mom here as a guest on the show. And I'm glad we remained Facebook friends because I was reading a post you had put up yesterday, and I said, wow, what a day she had as a result of this. And you're now in Hoboken. Can you walk us through the events of yesterday from your perspective?
Sure. So I attend Stevens Institute of Technology here in Hoboken. I'm a junior now. So I was just getting breakfast at a cafe on campus, and we got a campus alert. They have a text system, and they said there was a train accident, more details to come. And then the Hoboken Volunteer Ambulance Corps sent out a huge notification calling all first responders, all the EMTs, all the ambulance drivers, all the observers to come to the train station to help out because it was declared a mass casualty incident. So I pretty much just dropped what I was doing. I was about to get a coffee, and I said, screw it, and I ran to my room, changed, and then ran to the train station. It's about a 15-minute walk from campus. So I got to the scene, and the police had put caution tape everywhere. Of course, there were bystanders kind of collecting around the perimeter. But I kind of hopped the border. No one really thought twice because I was in my uniform. And I went to the triage center, which is where all the EMTs were stationed. And it was about 10 o'clock, so I guess that's an hour and a half after the accident occurred. And it was a little chaotic, as you can imagine, I'm sure. But they put me to work. Saw a lot of people with various degrees of injury, but really was happy to help out and happy to make a difference on such a important day, I'd say, in Hoboken history.
Yeah, it was probably one of those things when you got the call and you're seeing that it's a mass casualty event. Sometimes instinctively things just kick in, and right away you want to get there and help out as many people as you can. So you were actually treating injured people right on the scene there yesterday?
Yeah, they really put us to work, but I was happy to do it, of course. I had actually just finished my training about a month ago is when I got certified, but I had been riding with the Volunteer Corps for a few months before that as an observer. And it's crazy because we learn about these types of things in class, but you never imagine it's ever going to happen. But when it does, as you said, something within you just kind of kicks in, and you kind of fall into the hierarchy of command, and you do what you got to do.
Yeah, that's true. With your work there, were there drills for this sort of thing where maybe you do just sort of mock up in the event of an emergency at this location, that location? So were there some drills to maybe prepare you for the events that we saw yesterday?
In EMT training itself, they do have like a national system of mass casualty incident chain of command. So we always have an idea of what to expect, but of course, in the actual situation, things change, and you got to go with the flow.
When you get,
I think everyone was on the same page.
Yeah, that's good. When you get that message that says this is not a drill and this is not a test, it's like, all right, well, this is the real deal here. So, how many people would you say, if you had to put a number on it, Nicole, that you treated yesterday on the scene?
Personally, I only probably saw 6 or 7 patients, but I know there were hundreds of injured people.
Yeah. Some serious injuries that you treated people for yesterday. What were some of the degrees of injuries?
Well, when I first got there, they had already started transporting the critically injured patients. So I saw some of that, and I could tell it was very bad, but luckily they had got it under control, and they were already putting them on their way to the hospital. So I only had 2 patients with relatively serious injuries, and then the other ones were relatively stable, but we still wanted to check them out, just scrapes or bruises or swellings and all that.
Wow. How does it work if you could take us inside when it comes to getting the message out to the local hospitals? I'm sure just the hospitals in Hoboken there, I'm sure they got some sort of word like, hey, we're going to be bringing a lot of people in over the next X number of hours, so be prepared, have a lot of staff ready to go because it's going to get kind of crazy. And then it kind of spilled over from there to some of the other area hospitals were taking people yesterday since there were so many people. I'm sure a lot of the area hospitals saw a lot of activity yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone gets alerted as soon as possible because they have to gather their resources and get everyone's hands on deck. Because Hoboken itself probably couldn't accommodate all the patients, so I know they're sending people to Jersey City. Depending on what they needed, there's certain units at different hospitals, so probably like Palisades or Christ Hospital, other local hospitals. Definitely Meadowlands as well, I know.
Okay. What was it like getting around town yesterday after this? Were it the road closures, and was it kind of difficult just to get around Hoboken yesterday?
Yes, definitely. I think, first of all, everyone was just kind of in a state of shock, but I know there was a lot of road traffic, and of course, the train terminal is pretty much out of commission. I know today they're asking for volunteers to hand out pamphlets to commuters just to help them figure out how to plan their commute now that the train station is not working.
You going to find some time before you head off to class to maybe help out with that today?
Yeah, maybe later. I have
Yeah.
a busy day of class today, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Well, always there helping people, Nicole. And I just wanted to thank you. You're from this area of New Jersey. And when I hear about people from this area going out to other parts of the state and making a difference and doing positive work, I wanted to publicly thank you for assisting yesterday. And this is going to be a long time to get this thing back up and running. Give me an assessment, if you would, of the damage that you saw yesterday at the Hoboken station.
Well, they wouldn't let the EMTs into the actual accident scene because it was unstable. I heard that there was a support, like a big column that was hit by the train.
Okay.
But, I mean, there was a lot of debris. I think by the time I was leaving, the FDNY search and rescue team was there because they're trained to deal with this type of thing. But from the images I saw, just everything, I think the roof collapsed,
Yeah.
a lot of damage.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time this morning, Nicole. When you said you got a busy day of classes today, how's things going there at Stevens for you?
It's going well. It's going very well. The engineering curriculum is relentless, but so far so good.
Good for you. You get back to North Brunswick much?
Not so much nowadays,
Okay.
but a little more in the summer, and I'll be going home next weekend, I believe.
All right. Well, good stuff. Well, thanks for taking some time to talk with us this morning, and thank you for your efforts yesterday. And this could have been a lot worse, Nicole. When you hear about afterwards, with only one fatality, I'm surprised there were not mass casualties yesterday. It's really just amazing. It could have been a lot worse, but thank goodness good people like you were there helping, and you made a difference yesterday. So thank you for that. All right.
Well, thank you. As I like to say, it's the darkest times that bring out the best in people, and you could definitely see that happening yesterday.
This is true. Thanks a lot, Nicole. Have a good day and a good weekend, all right?
You too. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Thanks a lot. All right, Nicole Fosko, my guest on the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline.